This is Barbell Therapy, the podcast helping women build strength, confidence, and self-trust through fitness and real conversations. I'm your host, Coach Kate. Get comfy and let's get into it. Welcome back, Barbell Therapy fans. I know this episode is going to be a little bit controversial, but I think it is so critically important because I know some of you are using ChatGPT, and honestly, I love that for you because I couldn't care less about how you choose to put yourself first and achieve your goals. I only truly care that you're doing it because you deserve it. So I'm going to be really real. I don't believe that ChatGPT can replace a real coach. And I know that deeply, confidently, but I also know that a coach might not be something that everyone starts with, or maybe it's just not reachable right now. I mean, it's probably less than you think, especially when you think about all of the factors that come into play, but I digress. Let's get into it. I'm actually going to give you the prompts that I think will help you achieve your goals, even with ChatGPT. I will start with the fact that the way that you're prompting your AI to give you results is wrong, and that's what I want to address. Right now, you're probably going in and typing in, like, give me a weight loss plan or how many calories should I eat? And then you're following whatever it spits out. That's lazy prompting, and it's not going to get you results because it's really just not that easy. You have to be able to give your current life factor and your history in order to get a real plan that will work for you. And AI is really only as good as the information that you give it. So if you want ChatGPT to actually help you get started, here are some better prompts. Number one, instead of asking for a meal plan, try help me assess my realistic weekly capacity for workouts, steps, and food tracking based on a 45-hour work week, having 2 kids, super high stress, and limited sleep. Ask me clarifying questions. Now, you're actually forcing it to zoom out and evaluate your life and not just spit out a plan that you're not going to be able to follow and won't get you results. Prompt number 2, based on this weekly breakdown of my eating, identify patterns that might be causing inconsistency and suggest small adjustments instead of extreme ones. With this prompt, you have to put in a detailed food log. My recommendation is over the last 2 weeks. So now you're asking for behavior insight and not just restriction or frustration. Prompt number 3, here's what typically happens when I try to diet. And then you're going to explain what normally happens. As an example, I do well for 4 days, then binge on the weekends. Help me analyze the psychological and environmental triggers. And this is where you're going to get useful information to actually stay consistent when life is getting hard. Prompt number 4, help me design a 4-week baseline plan focused on maintenance calories, consistent protein, and sustainable movement before entering a fat loss phase. That aligns with my method, by the way. And if you haven't listened to my 3-phase method approach, go back. It's a couple episodes ago. You can kind of follow how I'm giving you these prompts for this too. It is super important to heal the metabolism and prime the body for weight loss so you're not feeling stuck when the scale isn't moving and you can't figure out why. Okay, so prompt number 5, explain how chronic stress and poor sleep affect fat loss and suggest lifestyle adjustments before reducing calories. Education, empowerment, understanding. You need to identify these 3 things and how to overcome them so that you can actually stay consistent. Look, fat loss isn't just math, it's physiology and behavior. So I need to be really freaking for real with you. Even if you prompt it perfectly, it still can't replace a coach. AI only knows what you tell it. And most of you are not telling the full story, not because you're lying, but because you have a very zoomed in view of your life. You need outside perspective, fresh eyes, and new ideas, and someone to show you your blind spots that you've been avoiding that have kept you stuck this long. You're currently giving it the overview, but you're not giving it the random Tuesday where you spiral after a comment someone made to you, a PMS week where your hunger is doubled, the argument with your partner that made you drink a bottle of wine, the 3 p.m. crash because you only slept for 5 hours the night before after an incredibly mentally challenging day, and the guilt you're feeling every time you're going off plan. Mostly because you're not thinking about those things and how they're affecting you. You're thinking about the emotional spiral around what's not working right in this moment. And I actually released a podcast last week talking about emotional spirals in the check-in edition, so go check that out if you're feeling like you're resonating with this. But anyway, AI is responding to only what you're giving it. Coaching happens in the messy version. If you tell ChatGPT, I just think I don't have enough discipline, it's going to explain discipline to you. Where I would ask you, why are you carrying everyone else's emotional labor and expecting yourself to still hit 12,000 steps? AI doesn't see the blind spot, it just reflects what you type into it. And most of you are biased towards your own self criticism. So AI ends up reinforcing your narrative instead of challenging it. Fat loss is not just calories, protein, sleep, okay? It's your cycle phase, your stress, sleep trends, adherence percentages, metabolic adaptation to protocols, behavior patterns over time. And if you're not feeding it accurate, daily, honest data, it's guessing. And you're probably not being as consistent with your data as you might think. And truly, that right there is exactly why the Resilience Blueprint is designed as a week by week blueprint, not just educational empowerment, but partnered with one-on-one coaching through those things so that you can open up and be honest and see all of these blind spots that you never really knew you had before. AI isn't going to notice when your tone is changing, call you out when you're lying to yourself, hear the defensiveness in your voice, and say, that's not true, and you know it. It won't say that you're defaulting to your old identity or that this isn't about food, it's about avoidance. It will answer your questions, but it will not confront your pattern. And transformation requires confrontation. Your identity is the most important factor here. You don't struggle with weight loss because you don't know what to eat. You're struggle because when you're tired, triggered, overwhelmed, PMSing, busy, feeling unappreciated, you default to your old identity. It can't sit with you inside of that spiral. It can't regulate your nervous system in real time, and it can't remind you of who you said you wanted to be. So we need to rebuild the internal structure. I'm releasing this guide on how to use ChatGPT. Use it to learn, reflect, get ideas, build awareness. And if you're listening to this thinking, I want more than just information, then maybe coaching is your next step. But if you're not ready for that yet, start with these prompts, use them honestly, track your data, and be radically transparent and see what comes up. Because whether it's AI or a coach, you do deserve the support for this journey. So much love for you. I'm proud of you, and I'll talk to you next week.